violence. And when they find I'm not violent, they want to trigger me to be violent. They might announce it up in public that she's not violent. It's only to trigger the next person, to try and make me violent. So this morning, Zubir's phone calls and audio technology things, I've decided to expose Kamuneta as sexual health nurse. She's trying to surround a potential of mine with people who are infected with HIV, AIDS, and gonorrhea at the moment. She has access to the database. So as I was saying, what's his name? There's a certain gentleman who I'm now aware of. Should he choose right, he chooses to work with me. But he's being made to question his, what can I say, his worth. So 3 women so far with these sexual health diseases have made him question himself. So this morning, that Kamu, having been found out yesterday because he refused to speak with her and she started telling the truth. She backed off just a little bit, but this morning she had a whole profile to catfish the guy. You know how you do when you do online dating. If you can hear that flash, that's from the adjacent flat. I live alone. So, while whoever is in that toilet in the next flat is somehow wanting to document on this video that they've slept with that Gamu girl too. She has HIV AIDS. So in their briefing, I don't know if they had heard what I'm actually talking about. She does offer private services. Even though she's a senior nurse in the NHS. As healthcare workers, you can do that. You can make your own company and, serve privately. So Gamuneta created her own profile. She did it to my other former partner, rather. Unfortunately, I can't really talk about him, but that she was going to infect him on one of the occasions that she saw to him, and he left running. He could have been arrested for indecent exposure, but he had to run for his life. They still surrounded him in the end. And I haven't seen him for maybe a month. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So anyway, I really wouldn't want it to be true that he eventually got infected, because these people are relentless. But just before he made the decision to go with other people, he actually came back to discuss marriage with me, and then he just never turned up again. I still had already offered him friendship, and thought, least let's be friends. Because a lot of their strategies to attack young men from the terrorist group right next door, Zubir, is ring of sexual health people. They discuss this. I don't think he hacks their conversations anymore. I think they just tune in to an amplified source and force me to hear it. They've come to show off about their skills. So anyway, what I tuned in to say is that Gamuneta said no. She was speaking in Shona, one of my native languages. She was saying no. Rumbi is not crazy. We have to do a lot of work on her so that she appears that way. So in the background, they're offering my potentials. Pooh. I wouldn't say gold coated at this stage, because at least someone snapped out of it yesterday, saw through, and realized nope. But some people do think it glittered, so it must be gold. Zubir's flat just confirmed that they slept with her. She's been through those doors in flat 4. And now she doesn't care. She also gave them HIV/AIDS. So she probably has gonorrhea. She's still connected to their core. If you put this video through in, let's see, a studio sort of mixer, you might pick up a voice. So saying I'm not crazy is not really a compliment, it's a fact. But it's something that they're using to give Zubir access that, okay, we need to find a way of making her seem a bit more aggressive, to derail her. The video I first made was about Pesci saying, no, Rumbi's not crazy. You see, even the people that have been there before want to return to her. They can tell that we're really horrible and manipulative. Some sort of confession. So eventually infected the man I was engaged to. So, unfortunately, even if it came to, we will not be able to be friends easily. Because that's all I could offer. Friendship. Once you get infected, I can't walk into fires. But I would walk with someone who's gone through something like that. Just to the clinic to get checked out. So what ends up happening with some of these situations is that they want me to fight people who've been my friends or partners, so that I have no, I don't know, so that I don't have backup. They don't want me to have new friends. As soon as I have new friends, like I met a footballer a bit ago in August, no, July. They deleted his number off my phone. These hackers. I still don't have access. You know when you have a sixth sense about someone? I thought that was going to be beautiful. I've been back on the football grounds on Sundays and not seen him. And then not disturb the football game. Sometimes I've just stood there to watch. I don't know. That was my sixth sense. But the sixth sense in flat 4 was to attack him quickly. But he stood his ground and managed to sit with me until I paid for a fine on the car I'd hired. I eventually fell asleep because that car was so faulty it was keeping me up at night. And then the company came for me a few months later. Instead of giving my free booking, they came for me with a ticket. Apparently Zubir was hacking that car too and attacking its electric systems. It's not fair. So can you imagine? That's an attack on my finances, on how I move about safely. A total terrorist. And he's somehow got more healthcare workers on some sort of payroll. Another sexual partner, Gamuneta. The other one I mentioned yesterday was a mental health nurse who he may have assigned to go after my ex-husband to sleep with, to spice his food up. But he refused for her to cook because I had cooked the day before. So when she got there, he refused for her to cook and get on with what she had promised, her sexual stuff. On one of the calls that Zubir revealed, he would have been dead. So on the 21st, somehow, had he not called the police as if I was a stalker, I would have been a widower. I don't know if Jarukuba ever remembers that. Was it possibly red poison or something? I don't know. I'm not that sort of person. I don't have that sort of hate or capacity to go towards a potential sexual partner with red poison in my bag to kill him. Property wars. I'd married the right person for the time. So I think that's what they meant. She's not crazy. We have to work hard on her. That is potentially stuff that will drive you up the wall if you're not prepared. If you didn't know that you'd have warfare on the way to marriage. I actually got married to the guy. The legal part was done. We agreed on it. I just didn't wear my fluffy white dress. So we got into the marriage. The same pattern is being replayed with my potentials. They get into your ear. The same women, same style. It's just right now the sexual health disease attacks are the women who are stepping up. So one of the friends I had reconnected with on a friendly basis almost got swallowed by the wave of sexual health diseases and somehow may have snapped. I don't know how far true that would be, actually. I can't speak for them. I don't know. I can't speak for them. With my former partner, I can't speak for them. I would just hope that it's not true. I would still walk with them to I can't offer that to them. It's where they are. It's what they're choosing. I can't really offer, but I would have if they were still friends. To my current potential partner, We'll speak there.